We are sleepwalking towards a retirement crisis. Oh, never heard that before. Oh boy, this is from Newsweek. We're sleeping towards a retirement crisis, says Joe Hipsky. He's a hipster, co-founder and chief strategy officer at IRA Logics. Look, I'm not here to bash old with Joe, but this is Dateline 1/10/2022. I'm curious. Let's see if we heard that before, shall we? All right, so we got retirement crisis. We saw this one right here on YouTube, the coming retirement crisis from these guys. And I like Real Vision Finance. I chuckled at that. Going back to 2015 retirement crisis. I want to show you this one right here. Revisiting the retirement crisis is 2021. But right here, this looks interesting. AEI, this has got to be Andrew Biggs. The U.S. retirement crisis is a myth. And I've interviewed Andrew, but let's... There's Boston College, the folks at BC. When was this they had written? Because they've been talking about this for a long time. Let's see. The falling short of the retirement crisis and what to do about it. I don't know what that was. Yeah, we've been... it was written before John Bogle died, so it was a number of years ago. Let's go to mynewspapers.com subscription and type in retirement crisis. Whoa. So I'm in... newspapers.com. We're going to type in retirement crisis, and we're just going to, there you go. All right, sweet. We'll hit search and see what we come up with, shall we? 2004, retirement crisis. Let's see what this says. Get ready for a mid-retirement crisis. There we go. All right, so we got this Orlando Sentinel. I'm not sure why it's all right. We got 2000. Another mid-retirement crisis in 2000. Do the people? This got to be an AP thing here, right? Beware mid-retirement crisis. Kent Collins. All right, yes, it got to be a syndicated thing. So that's in 2000. Is that 2004? Is it? Writing the same thing? That cannot be the same exact article, can it? No, that's just weak. Yeah, can't. What? So this is 2004. That was 2000. Regurgitating crap, man. All right, let's see what else we got. Arizona, 2019, 2000. All right, the Clarion Ledger in Jackson, Mississippi. Let's take a gander. All right, we got retirement, the specter of a mid-retirement crisis. Kent Collins again. All right, so that's basically the same article. And regurgitating it. Let's go 2015, retirement crisis. Ooh, 1996, America's retirement crisis. This is a Chippewa Herald America's retirement crisis from CNBC. They're talking about as a program. And that was in 1990. Happy days. Someone said I jumped the shark the other day. Said, yes, I'm like Fonzie. So that's from 1996. CNBC was writing about America's retirement crisis. I wonder if I can go to date. Sort by date. Let's go oldest right here. See what we come up with. 1905. Let's see. Semi-weekly. Does it got? I can't tell if it has it in here or not. Retirement. I wanted to say retirement crisis, but it looks like. Yeah, I'm not sure that's what we want there. All right, so never mind. Let's go short by best match. All right, so let's go. I want to go down 1996. All right, let's keep going. But here's 1996 in British Columbia for you Canadians. And here, there are ways to avoid this retirement crisis. Bad time seen for boomers by 2015, says Garth Turner. He predicts a retirement crisis. All right. So you get the gist. Lots of retirement crisis. Never going. Let's tell you what though. We'll come back around this. All right. So let's see what we're talking about here. It's so doggone frustrating. COVID has brought some light to great changes, innovations. All right. Almost half of Americans don't have enough saved to cover an unexpected bill. Well, we know that's not true. I've already debunked that. Even less are saving for retirement. Well, we know that's not true. I've already debunked that because there is something called for saving for retirement is what? It's called Social Security. Inherently, you're saving 6.2% of your income into Social Security if you're working. So everyone who has a W-2, and you really should be doing it 1099, are saving for retirement. So not only are you putting away 6.2, you know who else is? Your employer. So 12.4% of your income is being saved for retirement. So stop that insanity that no one's saving for retirement. I hate that. Combining rising healthcare costs, inflation, and an older population is creating the perfect storm. Why would the older population create the perfect storm? Well, they're going to say, because they're going to sell their stocks. I've been hearing that for years and years and years and years. And yet, the market keeps going up. Many in the middle class may see their living standards slip closer towards the poverty line later in life if they don't start saving now. The pandemic has exacerbated a looming retirement crisis. More than half of Americans have expressed concerns they will not be able to afford retirement. Well, they express concerns because okay, I gotta watch what I say. Articles like this: 21% that do not have any savings left for retirement or even emergencies. Yeah, yes, they do. So if that's 21% do not have any savings left for retirement or even emergencies, that means 79% of the people do. That's not a freaking sleepwalking towards retirement. In fact, what is that from? And so right here, here's how many Americans are not saving any money for emergencies or retirement. That's simply not true. They are saving money for retirement. You know why? Because of Social Security. What's this date line on this right here? 2019. All right. Working Americans are still struggling when it comes to saving money for both their short and long term. More than 1 in 5 don't save any of their annual income. I'm sorry, if that's a retirement crisis, we're in a pretty good place. This right here is what cracked me up. I can't remember who sent this to me, Carl. The surge in unemployment has hit older workers their hardest. The surge in unemployment. What? For the first time since 1973, unemployment among those 55 or over has surpassed those of mid-career professionals. Yeah, you know why? Because they're not going to do your jabba mandates. There's freaking jobs all over the place where in 1973 you're going door to door to find work. A little bit different there, bud. The surge in unemployment is like, there's no work. I can't find work. There's freaking work everywhere. It's abundant. People are desperate. It's not only unemployment, but the transition to increased self-employment and gig work that should concern us. Why? A record number of new businesses start up as a drove of employees that quit their jobs. This is so frustrating. You don't quit your job and start a new company, a new self-employment gig if there's a surge in unemployment. You don't do that. Yeah, it's mutually exclusive. They're quitting their job, the surge in unemployment, and they're quitting their job to start a new company. The trends present an even more dire problem than the previous generations. Those born in the baby boomer generation have huge savings as a result of exploding housing market and better financial habits. Today's young employees will not be so lucky on the housing front and don't even know where to begin on basic financial fundamentals. Really? They don't know that? Do you know that, dude? How do you know that? Have you surveyed people? Huh? How many have you had? Have you just gone door to door? Hey, you're a young guy. Do you know anything about basic financial stuff? How do you know this? What's more, as millennials have fewer children, there'll even be less support from new taxpayers for the retiring generation. All right. One of the major issues at hand is a financial access problem for many financial advisors. Will only pay attention. Okay, so it's a lack of financial advice from professional financial advisors, of which this guy's one. Shocking that. The stakes are too high for us to continue like this with the rising cost of living and healthcare in the United States. We are on course to see older adults rely on charities and families to survive. I'm done. Done with it. I'm done with this. This is freaking idiotic, and I don't know who this guy is here, but let's see. The U.S. government has the opportunity to leave. There are two things it can do. The first, to implement automatic retirement enrollment across the board. I'm so sick of hearing this. That if we just force people to invest in their own retirement plan, they'd be okay. There is no lack of access to a basic freaking account, man. None. Stop. All right, so let me tell you something, my friends. The minute someone says there should be a law, turn away and say, no, we got enough laws in the books. We don't need any more laws. Who are the better at choosing their own life's path? You? What's this guy named Joe Hipster? Or me, myself? I am better at managing my own money. To force me to go into an automatic retirement plan is freaking silly. It's ludicrous. We know from Richard Thaler, who won the Nobel Prize, Nassim Nicholas Taleb has taken him on, the idea that you can nudge people in a certain direction. No. But how about this? Who gives a crap? It's their money. It's their choice. It's their freedom to do as they see fit, man. Stop this. Like, we got to manage people because they're not doing it. Just because you force people in doesn't mean anything. I just don't understand this. They can do it right now if they wanted to. You go in one of those things. Freaking takes 2 seconds to open an account at Schwab. Let's see. Programs like this have been a huge success in other countries. New Zealand's has attracted 3 million users. Wow, 62 billion assets. Okay, well, that's 40% of the population hasn't done it. What else do you want? Studies show that while many will not take initiative, start staying on their own, they're 15 times more likely to save for their retirement than provide a payroll deduction as they plan at work. So he wants to have automatic where you have to have a payroll deduction unless you opt out for it. National Universal Access get 40 more. This is so idiotic. A Georgetown University study found that National Universal Access could give up to 40 million workers access to a retirement fund. They already have access to a retirement fund. I'm trying to watch what I say here because I don't want to freaking. I'm trying to be nice. Auto enrollment provides the nudge that savers need. All right, what else? Social Security is faced with an increasing amount of pays and shrinking pay or it's only a matter of time. We don't need to dismantle anything, but rather simply add to the existing framework. The solution here is add an individual account to each taxpayer that is invested on their behalf, and it can't be access to retirement. So basically, Social Security isn't enough now, even though Social Security promised us to keep us out of poverty. Oh, by the way, it does that. Expansion of FICA taxes. This would further insulate people from emergencies where savings need to be tapped, just like many of the past odd years. But it just says you can't access it until retirement. Odds are good that 40 plus years compounding even a modest portion of salary. The whole thing is freaking dumb. All right, I'm done. This is IRA logics. I can't take it. I can't. Let's go over here to my man over at AEI. And I'm sure that's Andrew Biggs who had written this article. So let me pause real quick. Andrew Biggs, changed his style. Got a little bit of facial hair action. Looking good, Andrew. All right, so I'll read this next because this is... Andrew gets it. This guy doesn't. The retirement crisis is nothing more as a way to scare people when there's no reason to be scared. All right, we'll see you.